One day,
Can you guys hear me? If no, you guys.
I don't know if you're doing my mic. Okay. One day, the Lord told me that he was going to give me a love revelation. And suddenly, everything that was not love began to fall away. My humanity longed for empty words, but the truth caused my heart to see that love himself was jealous for me. Not willing to let me go for an imitation love that would never grow and only leave the stain of rejection upon my soul, because in order to truly love, the life of Christ one must know. And through this separation, reality I was facing is that Christ became the propitiation to resurrect his dead heart in sin, to become one with him. Now in love I abide. Under the shadowless wings I'm alive, applying these three: faith, hope, and love. Faith in Christ, hope I'll rise, and for love he died. For love he died. No one gets to God except through Christ, and since God is love, that is to say that no one gets to love except through the Son. Because he overcomes, and in him new life's begun. And yes, he loves me so tenderly, endlessly, consistently, always defending me, because the cross has forever claimed the victory. So now my past is history. Now my past is history. Now my past is his story. Knowing that God is so for me, nothing can separate me from his love, because nothing is hidden from his eyes. He knew me before I was alive. I was formed so perfectly in his mind, spoke like poetry into time, a composition of his word that will not come back void. So I will to align my will to his and choose him as my choice, to incline my ear to the obedience of his voice and silence out all the noise that wages war against his truth, which is that Jesus Christ is the undisputable proof of God's love revelation. So I will not accept an imitation, because this love is deep. It's wide, it's safe, it thrives, it fights relentlessly, it travels from the beginning of time to eternity. This love is not afraid of sin. And in fact, he put a hit out on him, because sin was trying to take our beauty and replace it with ashes. So Christ took sin and beat it with lashes, making it the beaten, the bruised, and skin torn dashes, being despised by the masses, even while we were still walking around like a fascist. Heard him calling, but moving like molasses. He still loved and looked past us, because his love is simply classic. And he took that sin and left it in the grave and rose on the third day in all power in the perfect hour. And to that I ask, what do I even give? My life? But that's his too. And he responds, I'm not asking you to give so much as I'm asking you to let me give to you. You see, it's so hard to end, because it's love, to say the least. It transcends the bounds of time, the bounds of my mind. This love never fails, never veils. It gives its very best, and although I may try to define it, even my words don't do it justice, because his thoughts are higher than our thoughts, and his ways are higher than our ways. And he suffers long for days and days and days, and in fact, he's outside of the day. So time may be a factor for you and I, but God is not even phased. That's why he's so consistent, so change resistant. He doesn't bend, break. You can't shake him or lose him, but you do have to choose him. And if the love you or I have isn't rooted in him, it won't remain. Because nothing of man or by man sustains. So the only way we're loving is if he gives us the ability to. And then I can bestow that love upon you. But first I have to know him before I can show him. And it's funny, because for so long I wanted love, but I did not want God. I wanted love, but I did not want God. But God is love. And apart from God, love isn't love. It's more like L-U-V. Or L-O-V with no E, or you know, on Facebook, that less than symbol plus 3, like I heart you, heart me. Yeah, not quite there. One day, the Lord told me that he was going to give me a love revelation. And suddenly, everything that was not love began to fall away. And when I opened my eyes and looked around, I realized that only that which was rooted in Christ still remained. Thank you.